Hey guys, Wizardhunter here. Today I'm going to be showing you the new skins that came out for us this week. This week we're starting things off with a bang with a new Boom Boom stick, and this one is called the Aircraft Parts Red. This rocket launcher skin covers the whole rocket launcher in a deadly red color with these bright black and yellow stripes in the middle of it. These black and yellow stripes are going to make this gun really pop at nighttime. The red paint on the skin really makes me think more of like blood instead of parts of an aircraft, but you can kind of see it looks a little bit like it was ripping off paint. This skin is going to be a must-have for the rocket launcher. It's like the most colorful rocket launcher skin we've gotten so far, and I think a lot of people are going to like it. Next up, we have a skin for all the roleplay chair enthusiasts out there, and it's called the Antique Dining Chair. This skin features intricate designs on the armrest and the back of the chair. The seat of the chair also features this leather material that looks like it was just replaced over and over again, which really goes with the theme of antique chair. Looking at the legs of the chair, you can see that they also have the same design, but one of them is broken and it has like a wooden replacement, and I really like that little detail. The back of the chair also looks like it's been replaced too, which is pretty cool. I don't know, there's a lot of detail in this skin, and I think anyone that really wants an antique looking chair is going to like it. To go with that new antique dining chair, we also have the antique dining table. This table features, the same designs as the chair. Do you remember those army boots we got a few weeks ago? Well, now we got their medieval cousin. These boots are called the armored boots, and they feature just chunks of heavy metal on top of some leather boots. These shoes look a lot cleaner than the army boots we got a while back. This skin looks awesome, and I hope we get an entire set for it soon. Now the next skin's name actually kind of confused me a bit, because this skin is for the hide vest, but the name of the skin is called CELTIC hide shirt, so this is a weird name for the item. This vest is just basically another medieval themed skin. If you look closely, you can see like how the stitching is kind of peeling, and it just really gives it that medieval feel, and I really like that. The back of the vest, just has more black straps and is more of the same. But the one thing I find sad about this skin is that I'm gonna get it, but I'm probably not ever gonna use it because I really don't wear leather armor too much. Up next, we have the DOOMWING crossbow. This skin is definitely going to be my go-to skin for the crossbow, just because of how it really goes with the rusty theme of the game. My favorite animal is a dragon, and I just really like how subtle it is in this skin. The main body of this crossbow is really rusty, and then someone just scratched off all that rust and made a dragon design in it. And I don't know, it fits perfectly with the rust theme, and I think a lot of people are going to dig it. The other crossbow skins are nice, but I really don't want my crossbow to feel factory new, I really think this one's going to be the one for me. Next up, we have another first aid skin for the large wooden box. I just want to go ahead and say that I really don't like the bloodstains on this box too much, just because it reminds me of, a zombie game, and Rust isn't a zombie game, like, H1 or DayZ. A small detail I do like about this skin though is the lock pad in the middle of it, but with this first aid kit, I don't really know why you would have a first aid kit locked down in the first place. Overall, this skin's a lot better than the plain green first aid box we have, but I'm still going to use the other one just because I don't really like the bloodstains on this one, which is kind of really nitpicky on my part. The Roof Caper stick also got a skin this week, and it's called the Great War Service Rifle. This skin just makes the gun look like it was used in a war long ago, and it gives it this old, crackly wood with some antique engravings on some areas, and just makes the gun look really cool overall. The wood on the skin looks really old and beat up and torn down a little bit, and I really like that. And I just also love the little engravings on the back of the weapon. From this angle, you can see all the little engravings that are on this weapon, and they're all so small, and you can barely see them, and I just really like all the detail that went into this skin. I think a lot of people are going to like this bolt skin just because it's not that flashy, but yet it's so elegant. Next up we have the Hunter mask, and this skin is for the metal face mask. This skin has me a little bit torn because I'm not sure if it's for, you know, like a serial killer or for a medieval soldier. Either way, the skin looks awesome, and I just love the amount of detail on the stretching of the leather going over the metal part. The metal portion of this mask looks like it has been through every single war in history, and I don't know, instead of just, you know, putting some leather on it, I'd actually get a new helmet, but that's just me. The next two skins are a set, and they're called the Junker's Kilt and the Junker's Vest. Just looking at these skins from a glance, I automatically think of, you know, Raiders from Fallout 4. I don't know who invented the idea of putting ammo on your armor is cool, but like I think it's very counterproductive because if an enemy shoots one bullet, you know, all the ammo on there could go off and it could hurt you. This might just be personal preference, but I really don't like ammo that's on skins and Rust. I really do enjoy the wiring and the metal colors on these road signs, but the bullets just throw me off. Next up we have another skin for the wooden box, and it is called the medieval wooden box. God, the role players are going to go nuts this week. I mean, the medieval activists and Rust are going to have a wonderful time this week. Honestly though, I really like the skin. I like the red and white triangles that look super faded, and like the blue outline on the rest of the box. Like, I don't know what I like about it, but it just looks super clean to me. As you can see, there's saint symbols on the top trim of the box written in gold. One thing I kind of find weird about this chest is that there's a gold skull on the front of the box. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I just think it's weird that any medieval box would have a skull on it unless, you know, there's like a dead body or something inside. So that's just something to think about before you buy it. Next up we have a skin for the locker, and it's called the Muertos or Death Locker. To be honest, there really isn't too much I'm going to say about this skin because just looking at it you can tell this is awesome. I really just like how all the skeletons are different and they actually, you know, put into work to make each one different. The back of this locker also has, you know, some designs. The only thing about this is I kind of wish, you know, one was like a AK, one was a shotgun, and one was a pistol, but, you know, it's honestly fine. It's the back of the locker and, you know, not many people are going to see it. Next up we have the Royal wooden box. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the design that goes all around the box because I don't know why, but I really enjoy it. The design overall is actually pretty simple. It's just like these golden waves with these blue and red squares all over. The bright gold on like the wavy areas just make the box pop though, and I really like that. This box skin is definitely my favorite box skin this week. We got some for all the bike riders in Rust, and this one's called the Sleazy Rider. At first glance, this skin looks like it's for, you know, the hoodie, but this skin is actually for the burlap shirt. I just find that so weird. Like, I don't know. I think the burlap shirt shouldn't really be allowed to have a skin that looks this nice, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, there's not really much I can say about this skin. It's really just a worn down leather jacket with an undershirt, and I think it's going to be pretty popular. Hey, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, scratching all the time. The last gun skin for this week is for the semi-automatic rifle, and it's called SUBLIME. This skin reminds me a lot of the Great War service rifle we just saw, just because how it's not that flashy, but if you look closely, it is super detailed. I want to start off with my favorite part of the weapon, and that's gotta be the handle. The handle is clearly hollow, and it just has this golden cloth wrapped around it for a nice grip. The main body features some leaf engravings, and then the magazine for the rifle has all these like circles on it. The barrel for the skin is red and has more engravings in it. And then it also has that cloth that we saw on the handle, which I really like. And the last skin for this week is called the Plague Doctor, and it's for the Deer Skull Helmet. This skin basically replaces the entire skull helmet with a black cloth on the back and then this leathery front. To be honest, I really don't like this skin. The reason I don't really like this skin is because whenever I think of the Plague Doctor, I think of, you know, something scary, and this skin really isn't that scary. I feel like this skin would be a lot more intimidating if it was made out of metal and had an even sharper point, but that's just my opinion. Players that play on medieval servers are probably going to dig all these new medieval skins, but Some of them aren't just for me. Looking at the front on the actual player model, you can see that the guy can't even see out of his mask. Tell me what you guys think about this skin. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or do you wish, you know, it was something different? Let me know by commenting down below. Those were the 17 new skins for us this week. If you liked any of them, I would highly suggest you go and buy them on the Rust item store this week. The first week skins come out in Rust, they are only $1.50, and then they only go up from there, so you want to get them as early as possible. Thanks for watching.